Imagine a cosmic explosion so violent that it rips the very fabric of reality, or a structure so massive that our entire Milky Way galaxy would look like a single grain of sand beside it. How can we claim to understand our place in the cosmos when the basic laws of physics seem to shatter at every turn? Is the universe a grand design of logic? Or is it a beautiful, terrifying chaos that we are simply not meant to comprehend? We live in a reality that often makes no sense at all. When you truly stop to think about it, the universe is filled with bizarre phenomena on a scale that the human mind is not built to process. There are planets where the clouds rain molten glass and distant moons where rivers flow with liquid gas. These are not science fiction fantasies. They are the haunting truths of our existence. This kind of knowledge forces you to question everything you see. Today, I'm taking you on a journey through the strangest and most fascinating mysteries that exist out there in the dark. I can promise you one thing by the end of this video: you will never look at the night sky the same way again. Stay with me, because our journey into the unknown begins now. There is nothing more unsettling to the human spirit than the unexplained. Perhaps nothing captures this feeling better than Oumuamua. This was the first interstellar object humanity ever detected, meaning it did not originate within our own solar system. It traveled from somewhere deep in the void, far beyond our reach. The terrifying part is that we have no idea where it came from or how it was formed. It was shaped like a giant cigar or perhaps a flat pancake, tumbling uncontrollably as it soared through our neighborhood. It defied every standard classification. It did not behave like an asteroid, yet it did not release gas like a comet. Some of the world's most respected scientists even suggested it could be an alien probe or the wreckage of an extinct civilization. While science looks for natural explanations, Oumuamua remains our first real contact with the deep, dark secrets between the stars, reminding us just how little we know about our own cosmic backyard. While Oumuamua was a passing ghost, there is a much darker secret pulsing at the very center of our home. The heart of the Milky Way is anchored by a supermassive black hole known as Sagittarius A star. To understand the scale of this problem, imagine a diameter nearly as wide as the orbit of Earth around the Sun. Its mass is equivalent to 4 million times that of our Sun. This concentration of matter creates a gravitational force so violent that nothing, not even light itself, can escape its pull. If you were to cross its boundary, known as the event horizon, you would vanish from the observable universe forever. Inside, the laws of physics as we know them simply break. Time, space, and mass lose all meaning. If you were to fall in, you would suffer what physicists call spaghettification. The gravity at your feet would be so infinitely stronger than the gravity at your head that you would be stretched into a thin line of atoms before being crushed into a point of infinite density. This is the singularity, a place where our mathematics stops working, yet it sits there right now, holding our entire galaxy together. As massive as Sagittarius A star is, the universe always hides a bigger predator. Our central black hole is a mere speck compared to the true cosmic titans, such as TON 618. This object is one of the largest black holes ever discovered, boasting 66 billion times the mass of our Sun. To put that into perspective, this single entity is heavier than every star in the Milky Way combined. It represents a scale of power and destruction that the human brain was never designed to comprehend. Fortunately, it sits 18 billion light-years away, but its mere existence is enough to haunt your thoughts. Yet, danger is also creeping closer to home. Our galaxy is currently on a collision course with our nearest neighbor, Andromeda. Gravity is pulling us together in a slow, fatal dance. This is not a violent crash, but rather a ghostly merger, because space is so vast and empty. It is unlikely that individual stars will actually collide. If you were alive to see it, the night sky would simply rearrange into a beautiful, alien vista of merging light. In 4 to 5 billion years, the Milky Way as we know it will be gone, forever fused with its neighbor. While merging with a neighbor is one thing, there is something even larger, dragging us into the unknown. We are currently being pulled toward a cosmic mystery known as the Great Attractor. Imagine an invisible force behaving like a massive cosmic vacuum cleaner. It is dragging the Milky Way and thousands of other galaxies in its direction at staggering speeds. The most disturbing part is that we cannot see what it is. It is located behind the center of our own galaxy, in a region called the Zone of Avoidance, obscured by our own stars and dust. Many scientists believe the cause is the Shapley supercluster, a terrifying concentration of 100,000 galaxies. This is the densest region in our local universe, possessing a gravity so powerful it just keeps growing as it consumes everything nearby. In this vast design, we are merely dust being swept down a cosmic drain. The universe is a masterpiece of balance and striking contrast. While we have just explored the Great Attractor, a chaotic region where gravity pulls everything into a dense cosmic drain, the other side of the spectrum is arguably even more terrifying. It is a place where gravity seems to have no dominion, and where light is a rare and precious stranger. This is the Boötes Void, often referred to by astronomers as the Great Nothing. Located roughly 700 million light-years away from our home, this region of space is inexplicably and hauntingly empty. To truly grasp the magnitude of this void, we must look at the mathematical expectations of our universe. In a region of space this vast, standard cosmic density suggests we should find approximately 2,000 galaxies. These would be sprawling cities of stars, each teeming with billions of suns and untold numbers of planets. Yet, when we peer into the heart of the Boötes Void, we find only 60. Imagine the sheer scale of that absence. It is a sphere of near-perfect darkness spanning hundreds of millions of light-years. Scientists believe these massive voids formed shortly after the Big Bang. They began as tiny ripples, or bubbles of nothingness, that grew larger and larger as the universe continued its relentless expansion. While the rest of the cosmos was clumping together to form beautiful webs of light and matter, this region was left behind, hollowed out by the very physics of creation. The emotional weight of such a place is difficult to describe. If you were positioned in the absolute center of this void, without the aid of modern, high-powered telescopes, you would be met with an experience that no human has ever truly known: total, absolute darkness. You could look in every direction for millions of miles and see nothing but an endless black abyss. You would have no way of knowing that other galaxies even existed. In your eyes, your small pocket of space would be the entire universe, and it would be cold, dark, and empty. It is, quite literally, the loneliest place in all of existence. This vast emptiness reminds us that for every sun that burns with life and heat, there are trillions of miles of nothingness that define the true shape of our reality. The striking balance between super-dense galaxy clusters and the gargantuan, empty voids we have just explored reveals something profound about the true shape of our universe. It suggests that space is not merely a random scattering of matter and energy. Instead, it possesses a definitive, intricate structure that seems to follow a hidden blueprint. When we step back and view the cosmos on its grandest possible scale, we see the cosmic web. This is a vast, interconnected network, where galaxies are not isolated islands, but are instead strung together along invisible filaments of dark matter and gas. What is truly haunting, and perhaps even a little disturbing, is how this structure appears to the naked eye. Many scientists have noted that the way galaxies organize themselves across billions of light-years looks almost exactly like the neural network of a human brain. When you compare a high-resolution map of the universe's large-scale structure with a microscopic image of a neuron, the similarity is staggering. You see the same long, spindly connectors and the same dense nodes of activity where information or matter is concentrated. This raises a question that borders on the philosophical. Why would the largest structure in existence mirror the most complex biological structure we know? Some skeptics argue that this is simply a case of pareidolia. This is our natural human tendency to see familiar patterns, like faces in the clouds or shapes in ink blots. Where none truly exist, we are programmed to find order in chaos. And perhaps we are simply projecting our own biological identity onto the stars. However, there is another possibility that is far more fascinating. This similarity could be a sign that the laws of physics follow fundamental patterns that repeat themselves across every scale of reality. Whether we are looking at the micro scale of our own biological cells or the macro scale of the entire cosmos, the same mathematical rules of growth, connectivity, and efficiency might be at play. It suggests a universe that is self-similar, where the small reflects the large in a recursive loop of design. To look at a map of the universe is, in a very real sense, like looking into our own minds. It forces us to wonder if the universe itself possesses a form of collective consciousness, or if we are merely the universe's way of reflecting upon itself. As we contemplate this grand design, we realize that the mysteries of the cosmos are not just far away in the dark. They are woven into the very fabric of who we are. Even as we try to grasp these massive structures, the universe continues to surprise us with strange events happening on a much smaller, yet no less terrifying, scale. Every filament in this cosmic web represents millions of galaxies, each containing billions of stars. Yet, even within this organized structure, there are anomalies that defy our understanding of how stars should live and die. We have spent centuries cataloging the life cycles of stars, believing we understood the rules of the game. But as we look closer at individual stars within the web, we find that the universe still has plenty of tricks up its sleeve. While we contemplate the grand design of the cosmic web, bizarre phenomena occur on much smaller scales that defy our current understanding of physics. Consider the unsettling case of the disappearing star. In the year 2009, astronomers were closely monitoring a massive, unstable star located within the Cygnus constellation. This celestial giant was exhibiting signs of extreme distress, glowing 1 million times brighter than normal. Every expert watching expected a spectacular finish, a supernova that would light up the heavens. But then, something impossible happened. The star simply vanished. There was no explosion, no lingering glow, and no remnant left behind. It just went dark, as if it had been erased from the sky. This event is incredibly bizarre because stars of that magnitude do not typically exit the stage so quietly. The leading and most terrifying theory is that the star failed to explode and instead collapsed directly into a black hole. It was consumed by its own gravity so quickly that the light of the explosion never had a chance to escape. This proves that the universe still has hidden tricks that our current science can barely explain. Under normal circumstances, the death of a star is a much more violent affair. You can think of a star as a massive nuclear reactor, engaged in a constant, desperate war against gravity. As long as the star has fuel to burn, the outward pressure of nuclear fusion keeps gravity at bay. However, when the fuel finally runs out, gravity wins the war instantly. It smashes the core with such intensity that it triggers a supernova, an explosion so powerful it can outshine entire galaxies. We happen to have a cosmic time bomb ticking right in our own celestial neighborhood. Betelgeuse, the bright red supergiant that marks the shoulder of the Orion constellation, is nearing its final days. When Betelgeuse finally explodes, which could happen tomorrow, or perhaps not for another 100,000 years, the spectacle will be unlike anything humanity has ever seen. It will shine with the intensity of a full moon, and for several weeks, it will be clearly visible, even during the day. While the thought of a nearby star exploding might sound frightening, there is no need for panic. Betelgeuse is located approximately 650 light-years away from Earth. This puts us in a safe zone, far enough away to watch the spectacular end of a neighboring solar system without being vaporized by its radiation. We effectively have a front-row seat to one of the most violent and beautiful events in the universe. The life and death of these giants remind us that even the stars are not eternal. They are born from dust. They struggle against the weight of their own existence, and eventually, they return to the darkness, either through a brilliant flash of light or a silent, sudden disappearance into a black hole. It is a cycle of creation and destruction that has been playing out for billions of years, long before we arrived and long after we are gone. The universe is a master of contradiction, proving that we do not have to travel billions of light years to find environments that challenge our understanding of reality. Within our very own solar system, orbiting the ringed giant Saturn, lies a world that feels hauntingly familiar, yet chemically alien, the moon known as Titan. It is a place of profound fascination because it is the only world other than Earth that possesses stable bodies of liquid on its surface, complete with complex systems of rivers, sprawling lakes, and falling rain. However, do not be fooled by the familiar landscapes of valleys and coastlines. The liquid flowing through those rivers is not life-sustaining water, but rather liquid methane and ethane substances we know as natural gas. In this frozen realm, the temperature plunges to nearly 180 degrees below zero. It is a world where the very air we would use for fuel on Earth falls from the sky as a frigid, alien mist, creating a landscape that is as beautiful as it is deadly. If Titan is a frozen mirror of our world, then the exoplanet known as Kepler-10b is its ultimate hellish opposite. This planet orbits so dangerously close to its host star that its entire year, the time it takes to complete a full orbit, lasts for less than one single Earth day. Because of this proximity, the surface is baked in a relentless, blinding heat that exceeds 1,300 degrees Celsius. On this scorched world, the very ground beneath your feet does not remain solid. Scientists believe that Kepler-10b experiences a weather cycle of pure nightmares where it literally rains lava. Rock on the surface melts and evaporates into the atmosphere, forming thick clouds of silicate. These clouds then condense, sending droplets of molten stone screaming back down to the surface in a continuous cycle of fire and destruction. It is a vivid reminder of just how creative and hostile the universe can be when it comes to forming environments that defy our imagination. Yet, perhaps the most unsettling and melancholy mystery of all is not a specific place, but the inevitable fate of the universe itself. We have discovered that the universe is not just expanding, but that this expansion is accelerating at a rate faster than the speed of light. You might wonder how this is possible when we are taught that nothing can travel faster than light. The answer lies in the nature of reality itself. While light has a strict speed limit as it moves through space, space itself has no such limit. Space is stretching and pulling at every point, pushing distant galaxies away from us at an ever-increasing velocity. With enough time, these galaxies will cross a boundary known as the cosmic horizon. Once they pass that point, the light they emit will never be able to reach Earth again, no matter how long we wait, in trillions of years. If there are still living beings or astronomers within the Milky Way, they will look up at the night sky and see a haunting, empty void. They will see only the stars of our own galaxy, and they will likely believe that the Milky Way is the only thing that has ever existed in the history of time. All the billions of other galaxies, with their infinite mysteries and civilizations, will have vanished into an eternal, unreachable darkness. The universe, once a crowded and vibrant web of light, is slowly becoming a much lonelier place. As we conclude this journey through the cosmos, I have to ask which of these facts caused your brain to tie itself in a knot. Was it the haunting thought of rain made of molten glass, the terrifying power of a 66 billion solar mass black hole, or the existential weight of a future where we are truly alone in the dark? Please share your thoughts in the comments below, as I am eager to know which theory or discovery unsettles you the most. If you enjoyed this voyage through the deep unknown, please make sure to hit the like button. Your support helps this channel reach more space explorers and curious minds. Be sure to subscribe and activate the notification bell so you never miss our next investigation into the void. After all, in this vast and mysterious cosmos, reality will always be far stranger than fiction. Until next time.